Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills, there lived a young man named Rohan. He was kind, hard-working, but always worried. His clothes were simple, his house was small, and his eyes were often filled with doubt. Every morning, before the sun even rose, Rohan would wake up and sigh. Another difficult day. In that village, life was not easy. The crops sometimes failed, money was always short, and opportunities were few. But what made Rohan's life harder was not just his situation, it was his thinking. He always expected the worst. If clouds gathered, he feared a storm. If someone called his name, he feared bad news. And slowly, his heart became heavy. One evening, after a long and tiring day, Rohan sat near a quiet river. He looked at the water and whispered, "Why is my life like this?" Just then, an old man walked by. His steps were slow, but his face was peaceful. He noticed Rohan's sadness and sat beside him. "Why do you look so tired, my son?" he asked gently. Rohan looked down. "Nothing ever goes right for me. I try, but I always feel something bad will happen." The old man listened quietly. Then he smiled. "Let me tell you a small story. Once, there were two pots placed under the rain. One pot was clean and open. The other was covered with dirt and leaves. When the rain came, both pots were in the same place, but only one filled with fresh water. The other remained almost empty. Not because the rain was less, but because the pot was closed. The old man looked at Rohan and said softly, "Life is like that rain. It falls on everyone. But your mind is like the pot. If your thoughts are closed with fear, you receive very little. But if your thoughts are open, you begin to receive more." Rohan stayed silent. He looked at the river and thought deeply. The old man continued, "Thinking positive does not remove problems, but it gives you strength to face them. It helps you see chances where others see only trouble." Rohan whispered, "But how can I think positive when life is so hard?" The old man smiled gently. "Start small. Tomorrow morning, instead of saying, 'This will be a bad day,' say, 'I will try my best today.' Say it even if you don't believe it, because slowly your mind will begin to listen." That night, Rohan went home quietly. The next morning, he woke up and paused. His old thoughts returned, but then he remembered the old man's words. He took a deep breath. "Today, I will try my best." Nothing magical happened that day. The work was still hard. The sun was still hot, but something inside him felt a little lighter. Day after day, he repeated the same words, and slowly, his thinking began to change. He started noticing small good things, a kind smile, a cool breeze, a small success, and with time, his actions changed too. He worked with more focus, he spoke with more hope, and little by little, his life began to improve. Not because the world changed, but because he changed. One day, he returned to the river, but the old man was not there. Rohan smiled softly. He looked at the water, and for the first time, he understood. Positive thinking is not about ignoring problems. It is about facing them with a stronger heart. It is about opening your mind so life can fill it with something better. Because in the end, what you think is what you become. And when you choose better thoughts, you slowly create a better life.